All right, everybody, it's another Province Mortgage Associates podcast. My name is Don Wilson. I'm the marketing director for Province Mortgage Associates, and it's a beautiful day here in New York.
About time.
Right? And of course, we're inside. I don't understand why we made that choice, but we did. We're going to blame the camera guys. They're good guys. I'm here with Senior Mortgage Advisor Samantha Currie, NMLS number
13528.
Very good. And of course, you are
Adam Thayer.
Adam. It's so nice to see you. How you doing?
Great to see you too. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Attorney Adam Thayer.
I mean, come on.
All right.
Esquire.
Yeah.
Oh boy, this could go in so many different directions. I got to pick a good question.
Yeah. All right. We can
play.
Yeah, give some good.
So let's find out a little bit about the real Adam Thayer. Just a little bit about where you're from, how you grew up, and then we'll get into the whole legal world.
What, the legal troubles I had as a young man,
Well,
or
yeah,
my job as a lawyer now?
heard some
I mean,
stories.
records are sealed, right?
Yeah,
We're not
they've been
gonna get
expunged.
into
They've
that.
been expunged, hopefully.
Your dad's an attorney too,
Yeah,
so
exactly. Yeah.
didn't hit
So
it.
I grew up in Portsmouth. I'm a Rhode Island guy. Went to Portsmouth High School. I went to the worst law school in the state of Rhode Island, Roger Williams. Bad joke. It's the only law school in the state of Rhode Island. Had a great time there. Honestly, I went to college from Boston, but now I'm back. Like Donnie and Samantha said, I work with my father, Mark. One of my best friends. I'm very privileged to work with him. We have a great work environment. Our team at the office is phenomenal. A lot of the people all grew up on Aquidneck Island or in the immediate area, and my two of my main paralegals were best childhood friends. And so we have a great time. We're planning to go out after work on Friday, and we're doing a closing at a bar Friday afternoon. So and
You
the
are
whole
not.
team's coming. Yes, we are. Chomp and Warren.
I heard a lot about you. You've said a
plug
lot
my
of nice
client,
things
yes.
about like the best burgers, right?
They've got really good burgers, but it's a really great location. It's a beautiful new building, and they just redid everything. It's
Yeah.
right in the water.
Chomp.
Chomp.
Yep. Clients coming down from Worcester doesn't want to make the drive to Newport, so we're splitting the difference. Chomp and Warren.
Don't they have a burger with
so
mac and cheese on it?
when is the
Oh, they got
closing
everything.
scheduled to begin?
Yeah, exactly. 5:01 Friday afternoon.
Okay.
We'll all be there. Hopefully, it'll be nice out and not dreary like this whole.
When's the
spring is.
closing going to end?
Yeah, 5:02.
5:02.
There we go.
Then the
I don't
drinking
know.
begins
Exactly.
at 5:03.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
do not
Yes.
believe that for a
Yes.
second.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, for what it's worth, I really enjoy when people bring humor into this business because it's not the easiest business. And we know it hasn't been the easiest business the last, 18 months or so. And I'd like to know the role that you feel humor plays in your job as an attorney.
Well, one of the things when I first got out of school, my father would kind of teach me the ropes was he would say that he is a businessman first and a lawyer second, because it kind of doesn't matter what our role is, whether you're a loan officer, a lawyer, you own a restaurant, you're a mechanic, whatever you are, you're dealing with people all day, every day. And so a lot of times, even early on in my career when I was younger, people would call me up and they just want to hear what they probably already know. They just want someone else that they feel might be in a position of authority or knowledge to tell them what they already know is probably the right answer there. And so when you can take somebody who might be in a stressful situation and, hey, maybe you throw in a little swear word just to kind of get everybody to calm down a little bit, and you don't have to wear the 3-piece suit, and you kind of, even though you're in a formal setting and you're taking everything very seriously, to interject a little bit of humor and kind of get everybody's defenses down a little bit and take it down to much more of a human level, that can really kind of set the mood for how that conversation is going to go and really kind of help people get off the ledge and calm down in a stressful situation.
Yeah, I say this way too often, but I'll say it again. I had a realtor share with me a long, long time ago, and she said, the industry that we're in is inherently problematic, where no matter how much experience you have, how hard you work, how much attention to detail, just things will go wrong. And your ability to handle those things separates the players in the industry from those who kind of do it. And I think humor plays a role in that sometimes.
Yeah, and I think, on my end, we deal with lots of loan officers, realtors, whoever, tons of people in the industry. And
Loan officers are difficult people.
I mean, they're the worst.
The worst.
I didn't want to bring it out and say
Yeah,
it right up
the
front, but I
worst.
mean, I don't even like you.
Right.
I mean,
Well, good news. Sam is a mortgage advisor.
Exactly.
It's a big difference.
Exactly.
She's not an order taker, Adam.
But, when you're dealing with somebody who's either new to the business, maybe they don't do a ton of deals, or particularly on the lawyer side, if you're dealing with someone whose primary focus might be litigation, where you're coming at it from a fighting perspective all day, every day, and it's almost like you're one of those people who you've been hurt and you don't know how to be loved. Well, I'm sitting there just trying to get the deal done. And the whole, when you're dealing with my office or another great law firm, there aren't any other ones in the state. We're the only good one, by the way. But if there was another good one and we were dealing with them, I'm teasing Melissa, Delana, Steve, Patty, everybody, don't kill me. It's when we're working with somebody that we know and we trust and we know is just trying to get the deal done and make everybody happy. Because in the moment, when someone's upset over the $400 dishwasher doesn't work, or there's a nick in the wall, or some ticky-tack thing, that person, I always say to them, this is the angriest you will ever be about that issue. A year from now, when you're celebrating Thanksgiving in the house with your family, you're not going to remember that this $200 issue happened in this $700,000 home. So if we could take a moment back and we can joke and call those people a-holes or whatever, and just to kind of, again, take the temperature of the room down a little bit, that really helps. But when you have some people on the other side who their first instinct is to fight, it can make that de-escalation extremely difficult for people like Samantha or I.
That's an amazing way to handle that.
But you know what, you guys are good. You and your dad, they're storytellers. You guys have such good storytellers. You know, you have great stories, like funny stories, like you kind of break the ice, and so many. I can think of like 10 stories your dad's probably told over the years.
Well, you know, and I appreciate you saying that. But you know, it's both fun for us to do, and it gives my dad something fun to do in the office now that he works. But when I'm in a closing and someone comes in red hot from their final walkthrough of the house and they're angry about this and angry about that, and I just start telling them self-deprecating things about me and how I used to be a knucklehead when I was younger, or whatever the thing might be, and next thing you know, they've signed the whole closing package.
Right.
And they go, that's it? And I'm like, yeah, you've been here for an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But we've been chit-chatting the whole time, and now I know about their kids and the whole 9 yards, and they go, you know what? I told them about what restaurants they should go to in that town. And, I bum off food of my parents at the Valley in Portsmouth every other day. Stop there. We'll get you a drink. Whatever it is, that, again, that de-escalates everything.
Love
Everyone's happy. By the time they leave, they're like, oh, who cares about the dishwasher?
Love it. Do you guys have a cool phone number? Like the same?
Oh, well, at the office? No, I mean, I wish. It should be like a 1-800 where we're charging by the minute, because honestly, sometimes you're on the phone, you're just like, yes, sir. No, everyth''s going to be fine. The dishwasher, the realtors would just pay for it. Relax. I'm telling you, they'll kick in. Don't worry.
Right.
Yeah.
How about those Red Sox?
Yeah.
How'd you guys meet? Sammy, how'd you meet?
Through his dad. I started working, I was thinking about this today. I started working with your dad before Adam even had passed the bar, 22 years ago.
Wow.
At least 22, might even be like 23 years ago.
Wow.
And I worked with his dad for years, and then Adam got in the business, and his dad's, still working, but not working as much as Adam. So now Adam's doing most of the closings, and it's been a long time.
Yeah, I remember one of the first things that we did together, we started the B&I group.
Oh, yeah.
For those of you who don't know, Business Networking International, these networking groups, and we met in a realtor's old office, and it was just the three of us, a couple other people, and we're like, all right, this is the group. Here we go. And then that was 10 years later, we were still all doing, we had an awesome group. We made a lot of new friends, a bunch of great business connections.
We used to meet in the police department.
Yeah,
for a while,
police
so we didn't have a
department,
place to meet.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
It was good.
Did people always bring donuts?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Well, the joke that I used to always make was when I first got there is I would always tell people I have months and months of experience. And, again, that
went right over my head.
Right. And the silliness of that, where you're just trying to be a little bit self-deprecating and break the ice. And, particularly when you're a younger lawyer and people are, you're trying to, hopefully charging them, for your time, it can help, again, kind of get everybody on your side a little bit.
What's it like to work with Sam?
Great. I mean, one of the things, obviously, we're friends apart from work. And her husband, Dave, is also a great guy. And I know lots of people at Province are also awesome too, is it can be tough when we live in like a smartphone world where you're never really off the clock. And so it can be very easy for people who are jerks, don't value your time, don't appreciate your hard work, your ability to have a work-life balance, who can very easily abuse having your cell phone number. And whenever somebody says to you, hey, I didn't want to text you about this, or I'm so sorry to bother you, but it's an emergency. When people do stuff like that, or they value your time, it's always like, well, then you can call or text me anytime, because I know you would never just do it like willy-nilly. You wouldn't just text me with some non-emergency at 6 a.m. on a Sunday.
Right.
And that's the kind of relationship that Samantha and I have. We have each other's cell phone numbers. We know we can always call each other, certainly during business hours, but also as friends. But if she's calling me at 6 o'clock on a Saturday or something like that, I know it's either just, hey, we're just chit-chatting friends. Hey, we're going to go do a double date or something like that. Or this is a serious matter on something that unfortunately needs my attention right now, which That sounds like a very reasonable thing, but I don't know if you've realized there's an epidemic of a-holes ever since COVID, and no one values your time and no one's nice to anybody. So when somebody can maintain that level of professionalism and also a friendship without abusing it is just, it sounds crazy that we have to say it, but that is just so welcome and such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, totally. As are you, quite frankly.
Oh, geez.
I really do. I enjoy your company. When I remember your name.
There we go.
That's par for the course for me, for anyone who knows me. Any final niche you want to share? Anything that's really, you shared a lot of this stuff. Any positive, uplifting messages as we walk off the stage today?
Well, one of the things I do want to push, because it was a pain in the neck to get, is I'm licensed in all of the New England states and Florida.
Oh, that's great.
So when we have clients who are, obviously we're in Rhode Island, spoiler, small state. So when I first got out of school, and we'd have a lot of clients who were, let's say, selling in Massachusetts to buy in Rhode Island. That was a very common thing. And then you started getting multiple realtors, maybe multiple lenders, multiple attorneys involved. Real estate is already chaos. But when you start having that many cooks in the kitchen, it makes it exponentially worse.
Yeah.
So because I'm a crazy person, I got all these other licenses. I'm now an attorney in all those states. And we have clients who might be downsizing from Rhode Island to move to Florida as a snowbird, or maybe they want to buy a ski house up in Vermont. That's certainly something we are definitely happy to help with, and maybe hopefully simplify the process. And you're just dealing with one firm. The money stays in our escrow account. We hopefully work with one loan officer or mortgage advisor.
And they are fantastic to deal with. You've had some of the same paralegals for 100, as long as I've worked with you guys.
Against their
just
will.
Like a well.
Annette does not want to work anymore for us anymore. I mean, she hates
you.
She hates me. Hates my father even more.
Fantastic at what she does.
She does great at her job, so we don't let her leave, unfortunately. And then, of course, like I said, the two younger paralegals in my office, Allie and Amy, who are awesome. Tiffany and Patty, they'll kill me if I don't say them, and are awesome. Bookkeeping department, we call them Bookkeeping It Real. Megan and Stacy, they take no crap from anybody. So make sure those checks are right.
Yeah, right. Bookkeeping It Real.
That's what I call them. Yes.
All right, I have one final question. Now, look, I have asked this question already, but I feel because, you're a horse lover, right? So you have, and you're just you. This is the question I'm going to ask. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
Oh, is that a question just for him?
No. Well, you're dying to answer it already, I can tell.
Well, I kind of feel like I have a good answer, but I kind of want to see what you
I'm going to go with the duck-sized horses because at least I know I'm going to get a few victories before I'm ultimately taken down. So
you
maybe
kick them.
Exactly, right? You squash a few of them. You feel good about yourself before you're ultimately overcome.
I wouldn't.
Right.
Okay. But then, because obviously with the horse-sized duck, I'm not standing a chance, but at least with the million.
Right. I'm running.
Yeah.
Quite frankly.
Yeah. I mean, well, God bless you. I don't know how far you're going to make it in the Blazer, but
they're probably fast little.
They might be. I don't know, a big gigantic duck. What are you going to do?
I'm going to go for the little ones.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you can kick them out of the way. You could run.
Yeah.
Well, what were they? They're duck-sized. They're horses.
Although they sound terrifying.
You can't kick a horse. You like horses.
Yeah.
I do, and I like ducks. So I'd have a problem with any of them.
So
it's not a real question.
You are going to meet your demise that day.
Ducks are mean.
She'll be remembered well.
Yeah.
She will. How do people contact you?
Adam Thayer, Sarah Regan Thayer, 401-849-3040. Or just get a ticket parking when you go to Pasta Beach in Newport, and then you'll somehow find your way to me to try and get that ticket validated and not have to pay it.
Fantastic. That was an absolute blast. Thank you, Adam, for making the trip in, buddy.
Hey, thank you for having me. Great to be here. Do it anytime.
Awesome.
You got it.
Sammy, always a pleasure, of course. And for more Province Mortgage Associates podcasts, just go to our YouTube channel, and we can't wait to see you again soon. Thank you so much. Take care.